Welcome to episode 4, I think, of Hui with Jin. And I'm here with the magical Bunny Young. And she's going to tell us a little bit about herself and what she does.
So Jen, off camera, was like, "You're just going to tell everybody what you do." And my immediate response was, "What do I do?" Because to put into words kind of what I feel like I was given permission to help people identify and clarify their purpose on this earth. Not only that, but also deliver it in a way that allows you to build your life around your business rather than building, having your business run your life. And so that clarity is super special. And I think that my path to achieving where I'm at currently comes from being a therapist, and comes from being a third-generation entrepreneur, and comes from being in a military family. Like, all of those kind of tools came together to allow me to deliver this really unique interaction. So I've heard people call it everything from, fairy godmother of business to, a business coach is probably the industrial term. I don't feel like I fit in that box very well, because, as you know, my firm belief is that personal and professional are this very beautiful intertwined state of being, and you have to constantly be in pursuit of developing and clarifying that purpose in both areas in order to achieve success. And any time that you're going to sacrifice your personal well-being to achieve professional success, I think there's a lot of risk in that. There's a lot of sacrifice and downfall, not for the sake of making the world a better place. But I think if you can find the harmony between professional and personal life, that's where really all of this is unlocked.
Yeah. So in this series, I'm obviously interviewing awesome people, but it's also, the point of it is also to help show that yoga is about more than just doing poses on a mat. And so in my mind, all of the work that Bunny does, even though people might call her a business coach or a fairy godmother of business or whatever you want to call her, in my mind, she's constantly doing yoga, and she's constantly asking her clients to do their own yoga, even though she's not doing what I do often, which is asking people to do downward dog on a mat. She's asking people to take the time and do what we call in yoga svadhyaya, study themselves and figure out, what works for them.
Yeah.
And
HR doesn't like it when I ask my clients to do downward dog in my office. It's apparently inappropriate.
But yeah, and then a big part of what I see that you do is that you have a very big energetic component to your work. And you ask your clients to think about their energy. And so one of my favorite things that you do, I would like for you to tell us a little bit more about what you do with your clients and horses.
Yes. As this giant truck is going to go by, we're just going to wave as it goes by, okay? There we go. Thank you for doing that with us. And made me feel a little less alone. So on my journey, as far as the therapeutic journey, one of the things that I understood really loud and clearly is that I didn't belong in an office. And so I honestly thought that was the end of my therapeutic journey. If I couldn't be a therapist and sit on a couch, and listen to people inside of an office and kind of work this 9 to 5, then I couldn't be a therapist. And it opened my eyes to practice in therapy called experiential therapy. I've had a service animal who just had surgery last Friday, which is why he's not with us, but I've had a service animal since I was 17. And so I was aware of animal-assisted personal development and how animals can help us be better human beings. And I'd been riding probably before I could walk. And so I had already had relationships with equine beings as well, and understood that it's really unique when you have a relationship with a horse, because they're a prey animal and you're a predator. So when you have a relationship with a dog, it's predator and predator. And so you kind of have the same being of state of brain of just go, 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 do. And horses don't have that. They would prefer to be eating 17 hours out of the day, and they have to find internal motivation to join up and do something other than eating, to be a part of a bigger thing, which is a herd, and they're not just motivated by doing. And so in my unintentional study of horses and my intentional study of professional development and personal development, I decided to marry the two with a very smart individual named Dr. Alan Hamilton, who is a Harvard-trained brain surgeon and was studying the brain, and is married to a brilliant psychologist, Dr. Jane Hamilton, who I had the pleasure of being my supervisor. So we married these two worlds of equine therapy and then took it into equine learning. And so equine assisted learning for bedside manner for doctors, for courtroom etiquette for lawyers, for motivational interviewing and what's ickily called soft skill training for, in the management world. And we found that for the same reasons that it worked for therapy of being present, working with a prey animal, equines being giant neurobiofeedback machines, all of the scientific research reasons why experiential therapy and mainly equine assisted therapy worked, they also worked in the equine assisted learning realm. And so I've dedicated probably the last 11 years of my life of bringing about more opportunities for equine assisted learning in professional development worlds, and now we have 3 retreats that I run in Williamsburg, Tucson, Arizona, and out in Brentwood, California, where we bring teams or business owners, because we do individual retreats as well. I know you had been on one, and I bring my clients and teams from organizations there to learn more about themselves, learn more about their teams, and learn more about a herd mentality, whether it's a herd of individual business owners that are all on this journey to success together, or a herd within a company that are working together and looking for the common good while protecting their self-identity and self-worth and self-values within that ecosystem. And it's really difficult to explain that in front of a conference of 1,000 people, but somehow when you come out to the ranch and you're out in the beautiful sunshine interacting with these herd animals, it just all makes sense in the blink of an eye. And in one day we hear time and time again that it's the most eye-opening experience, clarity. They learned more in the one day with the horses than they did in an entire MBA program. And I just talked to somebody before we did this interview who's like, I have no idea what we're doing when we go to the ranch, but I'm excited about it, and I've heard it's life-changing. And that's because of the horses. It's not because of me, but I just have the honor of being blessed with kind of this space holder role because of this weird mishmash of tools and experiences and people, my herd, that kind of put it together to say, you're uniquely qualified to be able to do this. And it's my favorite thing that we do, hands down. If I could do it one every single week, I would do 52 a year, and that's all I would do because I love it. It does take a lot of energy though. But I think to our point of the herd and the energy is in the world, if a business owner can learn how to be a part of a bigger herd and manage their own energy where they're not just giving it all to their clients and have nothing left for their family, or not just conserving all of it and not sharing any of it. If they can find how to work in a herd and who their herd is and be mindful of that, you wouldn't have a horse in a herd that is, hurting other herd members. Like that just wouldn't happen. Yeah. And so it's kind of brought about this thought that I continue to work with every single day of who's in your herd and how do you manage those relationships and make sure that you're finding a balance between taking care of your herd and taking care of yourself. Because I'm only as good to the herd as I am strong within myself. And that was a really long explanation to say, yes, we do professional development retreats at a ranch with horses.
Yeah, but once again, she's coming around and talking about exactly what yoga is all about, right? Connecting with your herd, connecting with each other, but also remembering that part of having that connection is also taking care of yourself. So that was perfect. So at the beginning, I did not say the name of your company, and so I think you should say that, and then tell us, well, yeah, you can say all of them. You can say all of them if you want to. But the one I was thinking about was the one with the starfish.
Yes. So. A Better Place Consulting. It was founded in 2014, and it's kind of when I was forced to put what I do into a logo and an SCC identity and couldn't just do funny young consultant anymore. And the company has had the pleasure of working with Fortune 50 companies down to, family-owned businesses in our very own communities. And so everything from speaking, workshops, training, individual coaching, to the professional development retreats is really all within the company under the lens of how do we make the world a better place? How do we become one and a team and a herd? And you have to look up the starfish story, but I can't save the 100,000 starfish on the beach alone. It takes me throwing one back, Jen throwing one back, and then Jen bringing in parts of her herds, and by making a difference, we can accomplish the 100,000 starfish together. And that's really the foundation of why we do what we do, and anything that I feel like we can do to accomplish that in a big, meaningful way. The company has shown up and done it for teams and individuals, and I really am just blessed to be a part of the company. I own the company, but I always say I don't run the company. I have a million amazing clients and team members that are out there. Even if you are not a client of A Better Place Consulting, if you're out there making money to make a difference and throwing starfish, then you're definitely a part of the company.
So with that, I think we should do a starfish pose.
I'm so excited. I was thinking about this only because I thought I could do it laying down, but apparently Jen said the starfish pose is standing up, so we're gonna do it. Are you ready?
So why don't you go in the grass? And
I will go in the grass.
Although we should move that one. Let's see.
Probably make sure there's no landmines.
Come this way a little bit. There you go. Cool. All right.
You ready? Okay.
Okay. Slide that way just a little.
I'm gonna slide this way.
No landmines?
No landmines.
Smile.
Are you gonna smile?
Cool.
We did it! Oh. Did we make sure that we got like our hair together?
Oh,
So you can
right.
see the starfish more? There we go.
I did that.
She did do that.